Alrighty then, we're about to get into quali for the first race of the season, Season 3 of F1ABEEZ. Let's get this one underway. We've got full quali for this Tier 1 grid, then we'll be getting into a 50% race afterwards. This should be very, very interesting. The first race of the season, as I just said. Get to start the whole thing off here at Abu Dhabi, of all tracks. Feels a bit weird, actually, having Abu Dhabi first, but yeah, let's do this. Hello, everybody in chat. If you guys want to see anything such as tyres and the rest, please do let me know in the chats and other things like that. And if you do have any predictions for the races, please put them in the chat as well. I'd love to see what you guys think about this, what you think is going to happen. We can have a little chat about that during the gaps in between, such as now. There we go, we've got movement in the Mercedes garage then, so that is no, it's not, it's TQ coming out. But we also had a Haas Mint Elephant coming out of the pits. He is the first person who's going to do it. Oh, come on, please, don't be that depressed. Have some self-confidence, come on. Mediums in Q1, yeah, I think that's just a mistake. They're probably going to put on softs, I would think. Hope, more like. Yeah, we'll see. Interesting to see, though, how well... These guys may be fast, but are they consistent? Especially on this new game with the curbs. We could see a couple people getting caught out throughout this, because they will definitely be... they'll be struggling, I think, with the curbs, because not much time to prepare for the new game, especially with so much of a difference in handling. They might end up in a couple sticky situations throughout this race and quali. We could see quite a few people being caught out, especially with how hot it is in some parts of England at the moment. We could see some heat exhaustion part way through from especially people on the wheels. You never know. Yes, yeah, I did, Harvey. It was oh. It was sad, but yeah. You've had time to improve. A lot of people here very, very fast, as I said. Lots of people who are fast, but doesn't mean they're consistent. We'll see how fast Mint Elephant is, though. No, we won't. We'll see how fast TQ is. Because I think... Nope, he's not. Okay, I thought he was going to let TQ through there, Mint. But no, he is not. As now we're about to enter his flying lap. The first flying lap of the day in Q1. Coming down the start-finish straight. Lovely, lovely apex there from the Haas driver. Absolutely beautiful turn 1. Now flying through turns 2 and 3. Very nice. Oh, no, it's not. Gets on throttle too early in his round. It's already happened. I said it might happen, and it's already gone and happened. Devastation for him. He'll just regather his thoughts, cool himself down, and then we'll be back again. TQ will be the first person to complete a lap then. He's now coming down the first of the 2 straights with that only the chicane in between them. Trying to get some slipstream off of Oscar to head in 8th gear now, foot flat to the floor, diving down the hill and through into that second chicane. Now just manages to stay within the track limits there. That was very, very close. His wheels just about on the line there. And now flying through the little kink into the triple chicane, the little S section here that's going to be cut off soon in the track adaptation. So love it while you can, guys. Love it while you can. And he's now coming through into the what's the word in maths? I've forgotten. Geometrical section. With the 90-degree corners, constantly burning up your tyres. Awful if you don't have any tyres left after the end of the lap, if you've been pushing a little bit too hard. Now coming through the final corner. What kind of time is he going to take? It's a 34.4. Pretty good time there from TQ. That is a pretty good time. In fairness, I don't know the kind of times that people are going to be setting this game. So, yeah, I'm a bit oblivious Yeah, Tom, we raced a while ago now. I was actually decent at the game then, and then people started sweating it. RL Jake goes with a 34.7, good lap. Decent lap from him as well, I believe. Those are some good-ish times. Yeah, I've got worse in comparison to everyone else at the game. I don't do enough of the actual driving to be good. That's my problem. Hypes, very fast driver. Know him from other leagues. About to come around the final two corners now. Place sets a 35.4, not on the pace of the rest of the guys. And now coming through the final corner is Hypes. What kind of time can he set coming through the final corner? It's going to be second place with a 34.5. Good time from him. Canary Mill he's retired. He's crashed out. Canary Mill has crashed out. So he will be starting in P15 or further back. QWERTY sets a 35.4. Just slower than Plays. As Let Joe immediately after I said that, goes up into first with his first lap of the day in that Red Bull. Wonderful lap from him, a 10th faster than TQ, so looking very strong at the moment is Joe. Oscott sets a 35.3, slots himself into 5th at the moment. Harvey Allen, he's obviously wasn't pushing or made a mistake on that lap. He's at a 37.074, sorry. Not 0.4, that was my bad. Mint Elephant, after his spin on his first lap, has set a 35 flat. So very good time from him. Slots himself into 5th place, now 6th. Because Mr. J. Smithy just crossed the line with a 34.4. So very good lap time indeed from him. Yes, Mac. It is me, Mac. It is me. The Whiskey now in P13 at the moment, having not set a time yet in the Alpine car. Coming through the final two corners now. Got to make sure he doesn't invalidate. Looking to be pretty strong at the moment. Through the final corner, it's going to be 34.6, puts himself in 5th place. Good lap from him there. Very good lap indeed. Harvey has invalidated his lap. Struggling at the moment. Dayjock has set a lap time of a 35.3. Slots himself ahead of Plays into 9th place now. Plays down into 10th. Go on board with Pebbles now, as he's in that Alpine, coming through the final sector now, through that triple chicane, now down into the geometrical section. And now through the first of the 90-degree corners. Lovely apex, goes slightly too slow on the exit though, misses the apex of the next one, and he's invalidated anyway, so it does not matter. That's a shame for him. The owner just coming out on his outlap, Chavishel. We'll know if it's rigged or not at the end of this race. If he wins, it might be rigged. Anyway, So Pigs Do Fly is about to finish his lap now, coming through Sector 3 at the moment with a no lap time. So, currently sitting in P18 with that. Yeah, lap invalidation. So many people having them at the moment. One of those tracks where it's very easy to invalidate, especially in this last sector here. And you just got to watch out for it, especially on the strict corner cutting that we have in this league. So you just got to make sure you watch out for it. Be a little bit cautious on exits and possibly lift off a couple times to make sure you do not invalidate. It's better to set a lap time than invalidate. As he goes 12th, Pigs. So only 2 thousandths behind QWERTY though. So with a decent, and he's on old tyres as well with 3 lap olds. So if he sets a decent time, I can see him doing, as long as it's on fresh tyres, I can see him doing much better. Who was that who improved there? Harvey Allen, I believe. Yes, it was. He's gone up into 8th place now on that fresh set of tyres. Just next to his teammate, Mint Elephant, on the standings. What tomorrow? Doing what tomorrow, Matt? Don't know what you're on about there. Anyway, Chavishul coming down the back straight. No, I'm not. I'm not doing tier 2. This, at the moment, just a one-time thing for me. But maybe come back in the future, do another couple streams for you guys when you need it. But Chavishul, he's gone wide. He's had to lift off, so it's not going to be a great lap from him. A mistake there. But now, with the DRS activated, he's not going to stop himself from doing a lap here. He's just going to keep pushing on and keep trying to improve. Currently sitting in P14, having not set a lap time. Now, coming through Sector 3 into the 90-degree section now. This fast little section here has to brake hard. Lovely apex there from Chavishul. Goes a little bit wide there, but he's fine. As he doesn't invalidate. Little twitch the rear end there. He's had to correct that slightly, so got on the throttle a little bit too early for him, and he's going to have to regather himself in that corner, and he did very nicely. And now coming onto the finished line. Did he invalidate at the end, possibly? Or was he already on an out? Was he on an out lap and I just didn't see? That's weird. Possibly. I don't know. Did not see that. So pigs do fly. Set another lap time on, again, really old tyres. But he's gone 8th, so in a good position at the moment. So at the end of this quali, we will see either 4 or 3 people eliminated. Depends on whether Harvey... Oh, Harvey spinning. Harvey is spinning round and round there. Struggling with these, with the new game. Whoa! Pebbles in the background. Pebbles in the background, heavily in a wall. And Lemon's just going past him there. His stricken car of Pebbles. So he'll be starting in last, will Pebbles. So not exactly the quali he would have wanted, but he can pull himself together for the race, hopefully, and we can see him bounce back. Maybe a last to first, I don't know. Could see some carnage and then possibly a last to first. Harvey quite nicely getting out of the way for Lemons, and quite rightly as well. Getting out of the way for him and making sure that he doesn't interrupt Lemons' lap. Because he did, probably didn't invalidate, he spun. And in the process invalidated, in fairness. And then Lemons now coming in Sector 3, set purple Sector 1 and 2 now as Lemons. This is looking to be a very good lap from him. Could he put himself on provisional pole in Q1 and then put himself in a good stead for the rest of the race and quali? We shall have to wait and see. It'll be a massive confidence booster for the person who does get pole. Let Joe has gone even faster at the top of the standings now on a 1:34.2. Almost 2 tenths in the lead now. Can Lemons knock him off of that station, though? Can he knock him off the top spot? Now coming into the final corner. Can he do something? Yes, he can. He does go fastest. He does, and it's a 34.1. 1/10 faster than Joe. So very, very good lap from Lemons. Leaving it right till the end to put in his lap. But very, very good lap from him in the end. Hello, Kieran Froome, and hello, Anime. Harvey, the only person not to have set a lap time yet. On a lap time at the moment. And it's a purple Sector 1. So looking very fast is Harvey. I know how fast he is. But he just struggles with consistency. We've seen that so far. Him already spinning once and invalidating his 2 lap times before that. So hopefully, for his sake, he can get a lap time in now and make it count. Now coming into the second chicane now. After that very, very long straight. Now about to pick up the DRS once again. Foot flat to the floor as he goes round this slight kink onto the better straight. Now past the drag strip now. And into the triple chicane with a purple Sector 2. So this looking very strong indeed from Harvey in the Alfa Romeo. Trying to pick up the pieces and match probably his teammate, if not higher up. That's where Harvey is aiming for at the moment. Yeah, big up VRA, what? Harvey just coming through the final section now, and he got 2 corners to go until he can cross that line and relax a little bit, because he will be stressing at the... Oh, he pulls into the pits. Invalidated. That's why he invalidated on that third last corner. He's got to get in the pits and go again. Will he be able to get out in time or not? It will be very close for Harvey. We know he's got the pace, but we'll have to wait and see whether he can get out again or not. QWERTY on a lap at the moment. The Mercedes driver looking to improve on his 14th place because he's in a danger zone at the moment. Actually, no, he's not in a danger zone. He is through. So he will be through. Only one person will be eliminated. So QWERTY will be fine. It's he's just got to... Actually, won't be fine because Chavishul could overtake him. But yeah, so it just depends on Chavishul now. But as he is at the moment, he will be fine. It just depends on whether Harvey can get out of the garage in time or not. Or will he just give up? Will he decide, this is my time to leave? I will not be going again. QWERTY's done a purple sector 2. This is a very fast lap from him indeed so far. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do at the end of this lap. Now in sector 3, through the first 90-degree corner, slams on the brakes and lets off them very lightly. Could have gone a little bit fast through that corner. But now putting the throttle back on through this section here. Oh, he's gone very wide. Doesn't invalidate though, so getting very lucky there. Now having to come through the final 2 corners after knowing that he made a mistake. So he's got to make up sometime somewhere in these last 2 corners. And here we go through the final corner. He goes 8th. Good lap from him. Lemons has retired from the session. He knows his time is good enough and has decided that he will live with that time. Harvey's got to put his foot down to make that. He really does have to put his foot down if he wants to make that one. We'll wait and see whether he can actually get round. It's looking likely at the moment, but all it takes is one mistake, like a spin, and he will not be making it. Plays has retired. Plays, oh, it's going to be close. Will Harvey knock you off or not? You're in the danger zone. Chavishul set a purple sector 2. He is safe now, so doesn't actually need to be doing this lap, but he doesn't know that. He does not know he's safe, so he's going to push as hard as he possibly can through this final sector. Try and get himself as high up on the grid in Q1 as he can to add a confidence boost to him going into Q2 and Q3. It's always better to do well in Q1 and make sure that you know that you're fast enough to get through. Oh, you DNF'd. Oh, no, Plays. What's going on, mate? Got to watch out for that one. But now, Chavishul coming. He's 9th. There we go. Crossing the line, 9th place. Very good lap from him indeed. These guys do not need to be on laps. I don't know why they are. Because lots of these guys have seen it. It's only Harvey that needs to be on lap, and he has made it. But he cannot invalidate. One invalidation from Harvey, and it's over. Plays is through. Harvey starts in P17. So will he do it or not? We'll have to wait and see. I think actually Plays, because you were DNF'd and you didn't retire in the pits, you actually won't be through. I don't think you'll be through now. You'll be starting in P15 no matter what, unfortunately for you. So it's all about 15th or 16th for you now. Whether Harvey will get it or not. Will he get this lap in? Will it be a good enough lap to get through? That's another important thing. Doesn't matter whether he gets the lap in or not. It matters whether he's fast enough as well. He has to drive fast, but he's got to drive clean as well, because now time is up. He invalidates. He's got no time left to go back round. It will be the end for him. So we'll have to wait and see whether he can do it. He set purple sector 1 and sector 2. He could be on for Q1 pole here. We'll have to wait and see whether he can actually get this done or not. Can he manage to get himself through? Can he manage to not invalidate? Can he manage to possibly even put himself on Q1 pole up after a spin and multiple invalidations earlier on? Can he do it? Going through the final 2 corners now. All he's got to do is not invalidate, and he should be through. Coming through the final corner now. Oh, twitch end, but he's through, and it's still pole. Even with that twitch at the rear end, he's still on pole by almost 0.2 of a second. What a lap it is for Harvey, but not technically, sorry. He's in first for Q1. What a lap indeed that is for him. That's such a good lap. 33.9. The only person in the 33 so far. That is a very good lap. Elephant just crossing the line, doesn't improve, and Chavashul is in the pits. They were just waiting for Oscar as well. He was still trying to do his lap. There we go. Waiting for Chavashul to put his car back in the pits, and we will be underway for Q2. Second part of qualifying. What's important about that is that they will start on the tyres that they qualify on in Q2. If they qualify in the top 10 in Q2, they will be starting on that tyre. So this matters significantly for these guys, depending on whether they'll be starting on the softs or the medium compound tyre. This does. So we'll have to wait and see what they can do. Can they get through on that medium compound tyre, the preferred tyre? Or do they have to sit on the softs and be worse in the race, but possibly have a better qualifying position? We'll have to wait and see who will do it. So the guys eliminated in Q1 is Plays, Canary and Pebbles, all three of which actually crashed out. So it's a fitting placement for those guys. So all you had to do was not crash out in this one. They also had the worst times as well. So yeah. And thank you, Misty, for subscribing with Prime. That's very nice. Thank you very much. Very good for the league. Harvey, yeah, on provisional pole at the moment, looking very strong in that Alfa Romeo. Both Alfa Romeo guys, actually, looking very, very strong. The other teams, quite lopsided, except for Mercedes and Aston Martin, that are very similar. McLaren also got two guys half up there. So, Alfa Romeo looking very strong. And if this form continues out the rest of the weekend, and for the rest of the the season, sorry, we could see, I would predict, if they carry on this form through the rest of the weekend, I predict that they will win the Constructors. With how far up Jay Smithy is, and Harvey obviously on provisional pole, we could definitely see these two on in those places. Owning lemons, though, as well in that Williams. Great lap time from him. His teammate, though, doesn't exist. His teammate is not racing. His teammate, I think, is meant to be Arrows, who's not racing today. So one of the two guys who isn't racing. The other one is in a... meant to be in a... what team doesn't have two drivers? AlphaTauri is the other person. And their one person, unfortunately, will be starting second last. So... not very good for AlphaTauri at the moment, is it? Not going too well. Haas not looking too strong either. They're guys in 12th and 14th. They're going to have good race pace if they want to get through. Again, Ferrari as well, starting in 17th and 15th. Then Alpine looking better in 18th and 7th. And I know how fast Lewinsky is. So we'll see whether he can get further up. He's also got good race pace, does Lewinsky. So we'll see whether he can get himself further up later on in the quali or in the race. Red Bull, a very lopsided team. You got one in 3rd, one in 13th, so it's an up and down one for them. Yeah, as I said, Alpine in 7th and 18th, last place pretty much. So we will we'll wait and see whether who gets that one done later. Why isn't it moving on? What is going on? Someone hasn't clicked next, that's why, so I can't move on. Wonderful. Oh, what's going on then? Nope. This is painful. Yeah, I know. That's very irritating. Anyway, we'll sit here. If you guys do have any predictions for the race or quali, put that in the chat, please. That would be very interesting to see and discuss while this little little bit goes on. Yeah, Harvey, I could tell that was a bad lap because you kept on. There was a couple little. You had a little lock up. You had a. A snap of the rear end in the final corner. It didn't look very smooth. It looked quite sloppy. Still very fast though, Harvey. So I wouldn't be going boasting about it being a bad lap and all that. So it was yeah. I wouldn't go boasting about it being a bad lap because that's very irritating to other people. But at the same time, boost your confidence. So maybe a bit of tactics there. Bit of something that you can leg up in the mind games going on between the drivers here. Oh, come on, just load. I've only got so much waffle material. What's going on here? Oh, just gotta wait, guys. There we go. 25, 24. We're counting down now. Finally. We'll be underway for Q2. Oh, it took its time, didn't it? It took its time. There we go. Wonderful. There we go. On to Q2 then. We're looking at Harvey, Joe, and TQ for the pole at the moment. So we'll see who can get it. Or will it be someone else who will be top in Q2? And what tyres will everybody try and qualify on? That will show how confident people are about this. So we'll see. So Smithy going on the mediums, Harvey on the mediums, Lemons on the mediums, Jake on the mediums, and Pigs Do Fly on the mediums, QWERTY try on the mediums. Also Lemons also looking at pole position as well, looking to try and find that pole position and looking to make an impact in this first race. But it is only Q2, so no positions will be set from 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th. Those will be set in stone after this. But the top 10 will still all be to play for after this one. So it's Pigs Do Fly who's out first. And we'll see what kind of lap he can put together. Last time round he was fast, but a little bit inconsistent. We saw a good lap from him a little bit earlier on, but then just kind of dropped off and couldn't put in another good lap again and struggled to keep it valid. Whereas Harvey had the opposite problem. Very, very fast, but couldn't at all get a valid lap until the last possible opportunity. So will it be the same story again this time? He'll hope not, because otherwise he would have wasted his medium's chance. Pigs Do Fly, flying down the back straight now. The second of the two back straights into the S section on his warm-up lap, and in a second we'll see him just weaving around, making sure he's got the temps up, making sure he's got the brake temps, and we'll see him go for his first flying lap of the session and the first full stop flying lap of the session. So we will see. Remember though, guys, this is the first race of the season. So after today, it's not the end. We still got many races to go, and it doesn't matter if these guys have a bad race at this stage. It might matter later on, but at this stage it doesn't matter at all if they have a bad race or not. So we could see a lot of people going for moves randomly throughout this one because they don't care. It's the first race. It's all to play for, and you want to try and get as many possible points. And possibly just one race without any points won't matter too badly in the grand scheme of things, especially if it's the first race. Because I'm expecting quite a few people to get floor damage or side pod damage at some point in this. And they'll have to try and combat that one. Work out how they can sort it out. Anyway, pigs do fly, activating that DRS, just about to come into the braking zone as he does. Now into the chicane, now a little twitch of the rear end, struggling to get that straight and get on the throttle at the right time, having to do a little correction there. Now up to 7th, now 8th gear, almost 200 miles an hour at this stage, flying through that little kink. Obviously sets purple sector 2 because he is the first person to complete sector 2. Now coming through that triple chicane and into the geometrical section now, just through these 2 kinks and then into the first 90-degree corner, slamming on the brakes, hits the apex nicely. Wonderful cornering speed as well from him. Misses the apex of the second one though. We're seeing that from a lot of people, struggling to hit the apex of the second and the third ones because the tyre temps just shoot up after that first one. It is ridiculous. It's a really, really hard section, this one. But now the final corner, what kind of time will it be? It's a 25.1. Not a bad time, I don't think, for the medium compound tyre. But the person we'll be looking at to double check is not Harvey, he's invalidated. Smithy! We'll be looking at Smithy's time in just a second as he crosses the line. We'll see what kind of time he can put together after finishing in 5th in quali. In the first quali, there we go. He's just faster than Pigs Do Fly. So, obviously doing a very good lap there, Pigs Do Fly on the medium compound tyre. If Smithy is only getting 500 slower. Hello, Kieran Froome, you are back. Hello. McLaren trying a little slipstream strategy here, both going out at pretty much the same time, starting their lap pretty much at the same time here. QWERTY goes faster with a 34.8. QWERTY did pretty well in quali, and obviously Smithy must have made some kind of mistake there, or was just slow on the medium compound tyre. He's doing another lap anyway, so we'll get to see what kind of time he can put in this time round. But QWERTY with a 34.8 puts himself on the top of these standings so far in Q2. Whoa! That's Mint Elephant, I think. No, it's not. Who was that? He spun. So for a split second, then it's just gone. Must be Mint Elephant who spun there and is out. Must be. I can't think of anything else. There we go. We'll get to see his car now. Oh, just despawned. Yeah, it was. It was Mint Elephant. So Mint Elephant out of the session. He's crashed on the third last corner and he is out. So, devastation for him. He will most likely be starting in P15 and will be struggling later on in the race. Lemons sets fastest lap now, 0.2 faster than QWERTY. Looking at a very strong lap indeed there. Harvey's invalidated again. What's he doing? Let Joe has done fast sector 1 though. He's on the soft compound tyre compared to Lemons on the medium, so we'll see what kind of time he can put in. If he doesn't go first, it's a bad lap for him. Yeah, I mean, it was didn't go too well there. So Hypes with a 34.3 puts himself in first, but he's on the soft compound tyre, which means that he's going to be on the worst tyre for the race, or possibly better. He might be better at the other strategy. You never know, and we could see a good performance from him in the latter, not the latter stages, the early stages. He's going to be better. So we could see a couple lap 1 overtakes from him, and hopefully for his sake he will. Let Joe doesn't go purple in sector 2. After a purple sector 1, obviously slower than Hypes in sector 2, must be running slightly higher downforce, because that sector's pretty much just 2 straights. Now hits his first apex nicely. We'll see what he does on the second apex. It just misses it. What's going on with these guys? They're quite struggling quite a lot to get the turning angle they need for this. And just missing it very slightly, but they are just missing that apex, which loses them about a couple hundredths every time. So it does add up, but he does go fastest. And what a lap that is. Fastest lap we've seen so far, 33.6 after a 33.9, which was the fastest by Harvey in Q1. So let's see whether that happens, or whether Harvey, because he's now on the soft compound tyre, whether Harvey can beat him. We'll have to wait and see whether he can or not. Whiskey just starting his lap. Dayjock has just finished his lap and goes 5th place. Smithy and guy's time, obviously not that great then. Looked pretty strong at the start because of Smithy's performance in Q1. He's trying to crash himself out. And he does, successfully. That means he will be starting in P10 at the best. No, P9 at the best, actually, Mr. Smithy. So, yeah. He will. He won't be doing too well. TQ just started his lap now as well. He's on the medium compound tyre, 2 lap old now. So must have invalidated earlier on, and he's actually not pushing. Doesn't look like it. Oh, he is. Sounded weird. Anyway, he's pushing. Harvey Allen also pushing, just starting their lap now. Lewiski about to finish his lap, just coming through the final sector now through the very tricky section. It's good, just moving out of the way for a driver there. Thought he might have spun. Lewiski now coming through the final corner. What kind of time can he put together? Here it is looking pretty good. Will he go fastest? No, he won't go fastest. He goes third behind Hypes and Joe, but faster than the medium compound runners, obviously. Froome, my day has been good. Been pretty productive. It's been quite nice, actually. Watched Black Widow for the second time. It was, yeah, it was good. I'm not going to spoil it, don't worry. Harvey Allen then coming through into the third sector, not second last sector. What was I thinking there? Third sector. Now into the 90-degree corners. He actually hits the apex, well done. So one of the first people I've seen actually hit those apexes. So that will gain him a couple hundredths on even the top guys now. So we'll see how well he can do this lap now. This comes through the final corner and now across the line. It's going to be 35.4, so not a great lap from him. It puts him ahead of Smith because he's out because he crashed, and ahead of Oscar as well because he obviously didn't do a good lap on those mediums. So yeah, he puts himself in an okay position for now, I would say. Hello, Fozzie. Welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome to the stream. I have to say, loving the viewing figures of this. 20 people. It's ridiculous. Never seen a server so committed to having lots of people in at the same time. It's very good. Very good to see. Lots of people all wanting to watch the stream and watch the first race of the season. Quite early to have a first race of the season as well. So obviously people still getting used to the game and jumping right into the season. It's wonderful. Seen multiple mistakes, especially in Q1. Lots of people crashing. Loads of people crashing. Harvey will watch on board with him. He set a purple sector 2. Here we go. Is Harvey. He's on the soft compound tyre. Is he going to get pole here? He's got to put together a lap that's 3/10 faster than his Q1 time. But he said that was a bad lap. So we'll have to wait and see to whether he will be able to get this done or not. Here we go through the final couple corners now. And now through into the final 2. Lovely apex there, lovely exit as well from Harvey. Absolute textbook stuff from him. Lovely exit with the final corner. Gets on throttle nice and early, but not fastest. Not fastest. It's Joe on pole for the time being. Welcome, Fozzie. You're welcome, mate. It's my job, mate. It's my job. Chavishul, he is about to come through into sector 3 and he set a purple sector 2. So this lap looking good from Chavishul. Obviously done those 4 corners very nicely. It's actually 5 corners, sorry. 5 corners very nicely. And coming through into the final sector now, into the 90-degree corners. Slams on the brakes, doesn't lock up very nicely there. And now coming into the final sector. And final couple corners, will he be able to do something here? Will he be able to get a very good lap time on it? Will it just be decent from the owner in the McLaren car? Both McLarens still in it at this stage. So very well done from the McLarens overall. As he now crosses the line, goes 6th. So the McLaren's looking very strong at the moment. Very, very strong. So we'll see who can get this properly done. Who can get the who can do the best in the constructors and who can do the best in the drivers today. Who will win the race, but who will do the most consistent between their two drivers? We'll have to wait and see who can do the best. Right then, Jake just coming through into the final sector now. Didn't get purple sector 2, so not as strong as Chavashill's lap at the time being. Could have done a better sector 1 though, I do not know. Here we go through the final couple corners. Now he's got 3 corners to go. Hits the apex nicely on that last corner, but not that one that we just saw. And now hits the apex nicely. Goes very out wide, but not too far out wide to invalidate. And once again, using all of the curb he can, goes third. Good lap time from him there. But remember, there is a lot of fast drivers on that medium compounder tyre, meaning that they will not be able, so might not be as representative as they think. But that time from Jake is a very strong time, even in Q1. So we'll see who can do that. Oscart on his lap now on the soft compound tyre after doing a botched medium compound tyre run. He's got to try and find some pace here, does Oscart. And in that Ferrari, repping number 66, 11 more than Carlos Sainz. Thought it was 55 for a second, but he's number 66 and in the red as well. He needs another 6 and he's the devil. As he's now coming through into the chicane down the long straight now, or if you can even call it a straight. It's got like 2 kinks in it. Now he's on the straight. Now there's another little kink. And now coming into the triple chicane. Time is up. He's got to do this lap. If it's bad at all, that's it. He doesn't have another shot. Let's see whether he can do it or not. If he actually sets a purple sector 2 and then makes a little mistake coming into this long driving section. Now into hard braking zone, but bumps over the curb a little bit too much there. That slows him down, gets a little bit of air time. And couldn't put down the throttle as early as he would have wanted. Now coming through the final corner. What kind of time can Oscart put together? Oh, he goes wide. No! Oh, he doesn't invalidate. Very lucky, Oscart. Very, very lucky indeed that it didn't invalidate there. And we'll see who is out, who is in this quali in just a second when the last people cross the line. We've got 3 people to go. TQ, Pigs and Harvey, the only people yet to complete their final lap. Let's see who can get... Oh, he spun it though! TQ is out! Got another throttle too early and he's straight out there. And Pigs has invalidated his lap. Harvey Allen, can he get into the top 10? TQ will not be competing in Q3 even if he starts in 10th. And he goes fast enough, I believe. Where did he finish? Hard to tell. Not showing me in the bottom corner like it did in 2020. No. He goes 8th. He's fast enough. So it is TQ, Dayjock, Smithy, Pigs Do Fly, and Mint, who finished last. People who actually crashed out are TQ, Smithy, I think Pigs possibly crashed out as well, and Mint. So all of those guys crashed out, but they do have, except from Dayjock, he didn't crash out, he just did a bad lap, unfortunately for him. But they have free tyre choice now, these guys, so at TQ we could see a little bit of a come through the pack from those guys later on in the race, because they'll be on the better strategy compared to the other guys, except from QWERTY and Owning, who are also on the medium compound tyre. So we'll see what they can do in this one. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with those 11 to 15 drivers. I'm expecting some crashes further up the field as well, so they could gain some places because of that as well. So we could see them up in the points later on today. So don't get too disheartened if one of them is your favourite driver or your mate. Don't you worry. Right then, so only one team who's got both of their drivers in to the into the final quali. I believe, yeah, only one team. So I just had to check the shades of blue for a second. Really hard to tell the difference. But yeah, so only McLaren have got both their drivers into Q2 and into Q3. And I jinxed Alfa Romeo. I'm very sorry, Alfa Romeo supporters, but I jinxed them. I'm so sorry. I said they were looking really strong and might even win the Constructors if they carry on their form like this, but like they did in Q1. But yeah, I'm so sorry if you are an Alfa Romeo lover. I did jinx them, but you still got Harvey through, and he could get pole position. So yeah, this is the one that matters to these top 10 then. So wherever they qualify in this will be where they start in the race. No changes will happen unless there is a grid penalty that one of them gets. So they only do 5 seconds in the game, so we will see. Joe on pole, easy. Okay, that's interesting. So he was fastest in Q2. But Harvey was fastest in Q1 and said he's got some more pace. Couldn't quite match Joe in Q2 though, that's the thing. So yeah, I'd say it's between Harvey and Joe. It's definitely between those two. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Just stick around for another 10 minutes and you'll get to see who qualifies on pole. Is Joe part of is LET an esports team? Or is that just his name? Because I do not know. It could be an esports team. I'm a bit confused by that. Anyway. So many esports teams now. Hard to tell which ones are and which ones aren't. Because they all sound like them to me. Anyway. Lemon's coming through the first corner now. We'll go on board with him and see his lap. I think he might invalidate here. Yeah, he's given up. Alright then. So, botched lap from Lemons immediately. We'll look at Lewiski instead as he's absolutely firing his car through turn 1, 2, 3. And now down the hill into 4. Slams his foot on the brakes. Purple sector 1 because he was much faster than Lemons through it. Now into the hairpin. Another section of the track that's going to be changed later on. And now rising up the gears. Activates the DRS. Now be able to... Oh, Harvey's out! But I think that decides who's on pole, doesn't it? I think that decides who's on pole. Joe. All he's got to do is put in the same lap time as he did in Q2. And I think he's got himself a pole position. Now that is a spanner in the works for Harvey's race. He'll be starting down in P10 as long as everyone else completes a lap. And also going to be on the worst compounded tyre. So... it's helped Oscar, because he was looking at starting in P10 at his rate. But he's it's going to be Harvey now, as long as Oscar sets a time. Hype's gone fastest in Sector 2. I'll go on board with him now for you. Now coming through the 2 long right-handers there, now into the 90-degree right-hander. Misses the apex slightly. Don't want to hit the apex too much on that one, but then misses the apex on the second of the 90 degree. Hits it perfectly on the third. And now through to the final corner. He will... what time can he get now? Oh, a little snap oversteer on the final corner. Oh, wonderful time from him. The third person to get into the 33s. But we know that Joe has more pace than that. So we'll have to see whether he can pull together the lap to compete with it. Jake across the line with just slower than Hypes with a 34 flat. Can't quite get himself in the 33s. And that was really trippy for a second because we could see Oscar's gamer tag in the floor. Lemons invalidated again. What's going on with Lemons? He's going to have to pit and go for another lap now. Chavashul coming through the last couple of corners. There we go, hits the apex nicely. And again, hits it nicely. Now into the final 2 corners now. Good momentum coming into the final 2 corners. Little snap of oversteer, had to correct that slightly. Would have been sweating a little bit there. Nice exit though. And 35.1 though, must have made a mistake earlier on in the lap because that is not what he wants at all. Unless it's an old compounder tyre possibly. Let me see. That's weird. Nope, it's fresh, so he must have made a mistake. And he spun to add insult to injury. Cavachel has spun off the track. We couldn't quite see it because that awful angle. But yes, he has spun and keeps spinning. What's happening to Cavachel at the moment? He's struggling to keep it on the track. Whiskey about to start his lap then in just a second once he gets round to the start finish straight, obviously. For that, it's going to be, or not Jake, because he's already on his first lap. It's going to be Oscar. All he's got to do is complete a lap to finish in P9. So we'll see what he can do here. He's not shown the greatest of pace earlier on in the last two sessions, just squeezing in to Q2, and I think, yeah, he's just squeezing in to both sessions. He qualified P15 in Q1, P10 in Q2, and now looking at a P9 here. Maybe he can just squeeze through to pole, you never know. With the purple sector 1 so far, he's looking pretty strong, is Oscar. You never know, we could see 15th, 10th first from him. You never know, but we'll go on board with him down this long straight now. Almost up to 200 miles an hour here. You do just reach it on this one, not on the next one, unfortunately, though. You only get to do that once on this lap. Hitting the apex nicely, and just slightly missed it on the second one, but not too badly. It won't affect him too much. If anything, he just got a better exit for the next corner. Now, slamming on the power. He's almost up to 200 miles an hour, but not quite. Purple sector 2, though, from the Ferrari driver. We should see something. We might see something very special from him here. He misses the apex though on that corner, so he's struggling for grip out there at the moment. And his tyres are tough through this last little section now. His tyres are only going to get worse and start to boil. He's really struggling to hit the apexes now as he bounces over that curb, taking pretty much all of the curb and just managing to not invalidate. I'm surprised he didn't. Now coming through the final corner now though. It's the apex nicely. Goes too wide. Does he invalidate? No, he doesn't. He goes third. Good lap. Ish lap from Oscar there. We could see he made a couple of mistakes, so we can allow it. But it wasn't the greatest lap of all time. Exactly, was it? Lewiski's out of the session. He's crashed. Lewiski has crashed then. It's in sector 3. He's binned it, and he will be starting in P9. So Oscar will be starting in P8 if Chavishul improves, which we're expecting him to, and if Oscar doesn't improve, he'll be finishing in P8. I'm sorry that I don't have more faith in Oscar, but from what I've seen, I'm expecting him to finish last out of the guys who set times, unfortunately. Unfortunately for him. Another person looking pretty strong for pole position here. Lemons doing his lap at the moment. And fresh, soft. There's only 3 minutes left in the session, so if this goes wrong, on the final corner possibly, he probably won't have time to get back round. So he needs to fail now if he's going to fail. Really. But here we go. Misses the apex by a large margin, that. Misses the apex again. Barely touching the white line on both occasions, so he's struggling to get the car turned in. So those tyres obviously not having quite enough grip as he would want. But now coming into the final corner, goes a little bit wide, but not too wide, and he goes on pole for now. 33.8, and there is time in that lap. You could see in the final sector that there is some time in his lap to find. Will Joe find that time in just a second? QWERTY on his outlap, so's Harvey Allen. We're just waiting for those guys to complete their outlaps, and then they'll be getting underway for their proper push lap then. And we'll get to see their true pace. Jake coming out for his second lap of the session then. He set a 34 flat before. What kind of time can he put in this time round? We'll go on board with him now then. As he's going to meet a McLaren at the top here. Oh, Chavishall gets out of the way very nicely indeed. That could have been nasty. They could have collided there pretty easily if Chavishall hadn't quite noticed. So now Jake coming through the hairpin. Doesn't even hit the late apex there. So also struggling to get the car turned in. Broke a little bit too late and paid the price there. But gets a good exit onto the straight. Now up into 8th gear, almost 11,500 RPM. That's ridiculous how many revs these cars can take. And has to lift off the throttle there though, so not a great chicane there for him. Struggled a little bit, and Chavishall will be looking at him for a little bit of slipstream once he starts his lap. Jake is, he's a second down now, so should stop pushing. And Lemons has retired. He knows he won't be able to get a better lap in, and possibly won't actually be able to get out in time again. Hypes goes fastest. Good lap time from him. He's set a 33.7. Very good lap time indeed from the McLaren driver. So congratulations for Hypes for that lap. That's astounding. I did not see that pace coming from him. Astounds me. Damn. Joe, though, he is the man we're looking at to beat that time, possibly. Jake is down on his time, so this will be the lap from Jake now. Chavishall right behind him, unfortunately, so that's unfortunate for Chavishall. Harvey Allen about to complete his lap. Hits that apex nicely, now onto the blue stuff nicely. Make sure that he doesn't hit the wall, but goes as wide as he can without doing so. And now onto the final corner in that pretty nice Haas car. I do like the livery on it, even though it's a Russian flag. I do like the livery, and he goes 4th. Good lap time from him. So he goes ahead of Oscar. Oscar's maximum he can get at the moment is 7th place. Chavishall's invalidated. He will have 7th place. I'm expecting Joe to do a good lap here. Only lap of the session from Joe. He's invalidated. Joe has invalidated. Hypes on pole. The two guys who were going to fight out for pole are nowhere to be seen. They will be starting in 9th and 10th. That is insane. It's Joe and Harvey, the two guys who were absolutely ahead of the field, will now be starting in 9th and 10th, and will be starting the race on the back foot. We might get some very good overtaking happening though, so we should get to see some good overtaking later on in the sessions. But Chavishall will be finishing in 7th. Oscar will be starting in 6th. I wasn't expecting that from him, to be honest. I did say the maximum he could get was 7th. I thought Joe was going to get the lap time in. Jake! It's not Hypes on pole, it's Jake. Jake went for another lap. Jake is on pole. RRL Jake takes pole off of Hypes. At the final second, Hypes has to settle for P2. It's the Aston Martin driver on pole with McLaren in 2nd. What a lap from Jake. What a lap. Seriously, what a lap. And it is Hypes in 2nd. Lemons 3rd. QWERTY 4th. Allen 5th. Oscar 6th. Chavishall 7th. Jussel in 8th. Whiskey in 8th, sorry. He doesn't like being called Jussel. Harvey and Joe in 9th and 10th. The guys who are looking at pole position in 9th and 10th. What a lap that was from Jake. And what a qualifying. Joe left it too late, so he couldn't actually set another time if he invalidated. So stupid planning from Joe there. And Harvey just spun. And that's just all driver error. What delay, Mac? What delay you're talking about? Oh, it wasn't really delayed. He crossed the line as I said it. So I saw it right at the end. He was the last person to cross the line. That's why it was delayed. So that's why I was yeah. I did see it at the right time. It's just that he yeah, I did see it as it happened. It's just that like he was the last person to complete a lap. All right then, on to the formation lap. They'll be warming up their tyres as much as they can, making sure they don't disqualify each other. That would be devastating for them. That'd be a pain in the arse for them. There we go. We got the other AlphaTauri driver. There we go. So we're only missing Arrows. That is the only driver we're missing. I'm going to call him out. IFC Arrows, where are you? Where are you? Pebbles has been disqualified. He's going to have freezing cold tyres all the way back there in Timbuktu in 18th. He's going to be all the way back there with absolutely freezing cold tyres. It's going to be painful for him. Sure you are, Mac. Sure you are. Sure. I know you. I know you. You don't mess. Anyway. So, Hype's looking to get the jump on Jake off of the line. Or will Lemons or QWERTY... Well, will QWERTY do a Schwartzman and jump right the way up? So, the game thinks it's going to be a two-stop strategy here. It's going to be medium, medium, soft, or medium, medium, hard. I would say they're going to try and do medium, hard. Lots of these guys. But we'll see. Let's see the tyres people are starting on. So so the only two people in the top 10 starting on mediums are 3rd and 4th in Lemons and QWERTY. Actually, the only two people starting on the mediums in the top 11, because TQ has decided not to use mediums for some reason or another. Jakub obviously using the mediums because it's a better strategy. Smithy using the mediums as well. Pigs do fly using the softs. Mint using the softs. Plays using the mediums. Canary, Pebbles, and Tunip. Or Turnip. I don't know what to say. Tunip. Or Tanip. Let's call him Tunip. Sounds funnier. More dainty that way. Jake just pulling around to the grid now then in that Aston Martin with Hypes trailing. These two will be battling out for the lead throughout. Lemons and QWERTY did touch, so they freezing cold tyres for the race. Now the game's saying a 2-stop or a 3-stop. What? A 2-stop or a 3-stop? What? They're going to do the least amount of stops they physically can. If they can squeeze a 1-stop, they will. I can tell you that much. Alright then. 5 lights and we are off for this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the opener of the F1ABEEZ Season 3. And it is Jake in the lead going into Turn 1. It's Hypes behind, QWERTY's overtaken Lemons. But Lemons makes the move back on him there. Well, it says safety car. There's actually a safety car. Wait, what? There's actually a safety car. Wait, what? Wait, what? There's actually a safety car. We started under safety car. What's gone on there then? What on earth has gone on there? No one's crashed. Nothing's gone on. What has happened? Is everyone leaving? Lobby reset. Lobby reset. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. New game obviously got some issues. So we're going again, and we'll do the formation lap again, and we'll get the race going once again. And yeah, very sorry about this, guys. Nothing we can do. Just the game absolutely being an idiot. Absolute idiot, the game. Just wait, and then you'll get to see the race. Just wait a sec. And if you have any predictions, come on. If you have any predictions, put them down into the chat, and we can have a little discussion while the lobby reset's going on. And then just let me wait and see when the Okay, then we're just about to get into lobby once again. Just give me a second, because I don't have plays added. I've got to search him up. Oh, we're not forgotten his... What's his thing? Oh, I was putting in the wrong gamer tag, that'd be why. Whoops. Again, really sorry about this, guys. Just gonna have to deal with it for a bit. Can't even read off of Discord. How idiotic am I? Anyway. Join game. Okay then, we are about to get underway in just a minute or so. Just let plays put together the grid order, and then we'll be able to get ourselves going once again, and we'll be able to get this race back underway, and hopefully we'll get to see some wonderful driving. Remember, Harvey and Joe, arguably the two fastest drivers in the league, starting in 9th and 10th, whereas people they'll be fighting for in the championship later on, possibly because of this, will be in 1st and 2nd in Hypes and Jake, and as well, don't forget Lemons in P3 on the better compounds, and same with QWERTY. We'll have to wait and see whether we'll be able to do it, whether they will be able to do it or not. I'm not driving. I was good enough to drive in this. Not at all though. Yeah, got to love the game. It's absolutely wonderful. No glitches at all, never fails. It's wonderful. You'll love it. Absolutely love it. Guys, take this opportunity to have a toilet break or something if you need it, so you can make sure that you're constantly watching the stream and making sure that you are keeping up to date. Yeah, great start to the season. It's wonderful. What? It's always okay. I don't want to say it, but whenever I stream for a new league, this happens. I'm sorry. It's the curse of the new league for me. Every time I stream for a new league, a lobby's messed up. Every time. Or something bad's gone on. Literally, every single time, I streamed for a new. I joined IFC. I streamed for 2 people finished the raw. Obviously now the lobby messed. First time I did see the lobby messed up a little bit. Then later on as break, multiple other leagues I've done recently are messed up or it's calamity. It's curse I carry with at this point. So, but when I'm in, I'm fine. Once I'm in, any problems with lobby. And once I've been doing them for a while. Who got eliminated in Q2? Just a couple more minutes, lads. Just a couple more minutes. Just again, so I'm so sorry about this, guys. Just wait a minute or so. We'll be back. There we go. We'll be getting on just a sec. Absolutely perfect. We'll have the formation up again, so they can warm up their tyres, making sure it's all. And then yeah. All right then. Sorry guys, just out I'm gigging. A one-time opportunity anyway. We be underway in just a second, waiting for everyone to sort setups. That's important. They need to get setups on quickly, and then everyone will be all fine and dandy. They got to make their way just like before. Absolutely smash. Turn 1, 2, 3. 4. Slipstream into 7. Sector 1 and the beginning of Sector 2. Like you got to make sure that you stay and you stay true races. It's more about making sure. Oh, pigs don't you will drop like a you'll drop like a stone. You will all that quality will be for absolutely nothing. It won't go for you. Oh, then we'll just wait for more people who are ready themselves up, and then be able to get this race underway. And then you'll get to see who wins the first race of Season 3. The first race of F1 2021. Alright then, in 26 seconds or less, we will be underway. We will start the formation lap. They will warm up their tyres. It will take about 2 minutes. So until you get to see some wonderful racing getting underway. That's it. Only 2 minutes until the race. I know it's been a long time. You've been sat here for over an hour and 15 for this moment. But it come in just 2 more minutes. Just hold in there, guys. Just hold in there. And then you'll get to see some wonderful racing, some close battles, and then eventually a winner. So I've been informed that that Tunips guy that joined is not someone who is in the league. We do not. We didn't want him in here anyway, so that is why he's not here. Oh, TQ, Dayjock, and they've already hit each other. That's not good. Who's the person who's left then? Oh, it's the other Ferrari. It's just not turned up. That's weird. Okay. Custards or something. I've forgotten his name. Something like that. Some kind of dessert, I believe. Something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. But something like that, I think. Yeah, he's not in this one. He's not going to be taking part apparently now. He's decided, nah, can't be bothered with it, mate. So he's not doing it. Here's the long and short. Long and short of the equation. Canary, that's what it was. Canary, right. You're saying QWERTY's going to destroy everyone? That's interesting. Oh! Lemons! Lemons, he's spun. He spun on that formation lap. That's one way of warming up your tyres. Harvey for comeback. Interesting. I'm saying both of these guys top 5 by the end. Oscar, the other Ferrari, going spinning as well. So it's only the formation lap, and we've already seen 2 spinners. What's going to happen on lap 1? We'll have to wait and see in just a second. Stick around, and you will find out. You only got to stick around for about 10 seconds. Don't click off. I see you, don't click off. Right, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, race 1 of this F1ABEEZ season 3. Yeah, it's Jake first going into turn 1, Hypes second still. Lemons third, but QWERTY overtakes Lemons into turn 2, but he comes back at him into turn 3, and Jussel gets through as well. Devastation for him as Harvey drops down, clearing off into the distance. Oscar right the way at the back after spinning. Shame for him. Plays also making a mistake. Chavish still trying to fight his way back through past Pebbles. QWERTY's dropped back a place or two though as well. Joe up into 5th place already. Said he's going to finish in the top 5. Already looking like it. Jussel looking for a way past Lemons now. He's on the better compound tyre for pace. So looking to make the overtake into the chicane as they go side by side now. He's just banging wheels between these two. They've got to be careful as they touch again. Touches his side pole that time. That could have given Joe some damage. Don't know though. That could have given Lemons some damage, sorry. But they might go 3 wide. Not quite. Not quite going to be 3 wide. They're just going to sit behind each other now. As QWERTY looking to get in on this action. And Lewiski actually ghosted at the moment. Now not. Lemons is the cork in the bottle at the moment on that medium compound tyre. Trying to hold with all of his might. Hold these guys back. Doing absolutely everything he can to stop them from passing. But all it's doing is allowing the 2 guys ahead to run away with this. Jake sets fastest lap of the race so far, obviously. But Jake, what's happened to Jake? No, nothing's happened. He's still there. It's fine. It's fine, guys. He's still in 1st. Don't you worry. I wasn't worrying. So Harvey actually not struggling to keep up, but he's just made an overtake, so a little bit further back from everyone else at the moment. As the lobby's trying to sort itself out. Dayjock spun! Dayjock is spun and is now down into last place. Not quite though, actually. Now he is. Now he's down into last place. Except from the 2 people pitted, so Mint and Plays obviously got damage on that one, so I had to pit. It's a shame for them. Yeah, Harvey struggling to keep pace with them at the moment. It's a bit odd. Let's go on board with Lewiski and watch this the Joe Lemons battle from his point of view as it goes side by side now. Lemons trying to cut him off. Oh, Lemons couldn't quite hold the position and Joe is through and will now start chasing down Hypes and Jake after a poor performance in Q3. He's going to want to get that win back. Back on the podium. He's now just got to fight his way for the win. And Hypes and Jake actually battling at the moment. So going to slow themselves down a little bit with that battling. And that's exactly what they don't want to do. QWERTY's already been given a 3-second penalty for going off the track too many times. And TQ, no! TQ made it up a position, but now is out. Will we see a safety car? He's right in the middle of the track. Yes, we do. Virtual safety car. That's much more than a virtual safety car. Look at his car. It's right in the middle of the track. Oh, it's not anymore. Where's it gone? Where's his car gone? Oh, it's already despawned. Oh, and it's QWERTY who spun. Sorry, I thought that was TQ. It's QWERTY who spun. The QWERTY out of the session then. And Rambo, you have unfortunately jinxed him heavily. And Mint Elephant and Plays also being saved by this safety car. They're not being lapped, so can just quickly get themselves back up and get back into the mix once again. Hopefully they can do something well here. Risky passing Lemons? What? Oh no, he's letting back through. I was going to say, why are they fighting? Oh no, oh sorry. I thought it was virtual safety car still. My bad. They're back underway and Lewiski has passed Lemons. Very sorry. Lewiski is through on Lemons into that section. I thought there was still virtual safety cars. I am blind as a bat. And of course, because virtual safety car, Mint and Plays will not be catching back up. I am an absolute idiot. But I was right about QWERTY being out and you jinxing him. What is going on with my head today? Joe's been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, struggling. Now he's having to cut corners to keep up, and that is going to cost him later on. As Harvey now looking for a move on Harvey, as he now has to push as hard as he can to get past Harvey Allen. But THX Harvey, the VRA driver, having to try and fight his way through now. Very fast driver, Harvey, but bad quality, just like Joe, having to fight his way through. Joe got a great start, Harvey not so much. So now having to push himself back through. Next man up is Harvey Allen. Activating DRS now, using his ERS to try and force his way through for a move now. Side by side going into the chicane. Will Harvey Allen be able to hold it around the outside? He brakes very, very late. Tries to brake later than Harvey, but not quite. Harvey gets through past Harvey, and now TQ is trying to get past Harvey now as he's been left as a wanted man after that. But Pigs has spun on the exit of that chicane and is down back with the spinners. TQ couldn't quite make it past Harvey though, so not quite managing to make that one happen. But this Harvey going to make a move on Lemons in just a second, eyeing him up. Going to go for a move and make his way up into the top 5. But Lemons should be able to make a comeback later on in the race, especially on that medium compound tyre. Diving into the final corner, that's not an overtaking zone. What's he doing? Oh, almost spins it. Oh, as only Lemons tries to get on the throttle early. He spun it, and now we'll be back with the spinners at the back. That's a shame for him. Has he got any damage? Yes, he's got damage as well. Left end plate is missing. That's a real shame for Lemons after running in P5, now down, all the way down in P11. And Chavishal up into the points after an awful first lap. That means Harvey up into the top 5 now after that spin. So can get down to business and catch up to Lewiski. Hype's not quite close enough at the moment to get past Jake. Jake absolutely firing at all cylinders through the corners, using all of his ERS now. But can he hold back Hypes for any longer? It doesn't look like it. Hypes down the inside on that soft compound tyre, both on the soft compound tyre. And he's managed to make it happen. Hypes back up into P1 after Jake stole his pole position at the last possible moment. Okay, then can he get outside of that DRS zone? Because DRS is so powerful here. You get 2 bursts of it, but those 2 bursts aren't exactly bursts. They're more marathons of it that you get at this track. Is Harvey trying to make a move? Is he going to go into the final corner again? No way he's going to try that move again. He saw how it worked out for the person in front of him last time. So obviously you won't want Lewiski to spin as well. Otherwise, a bit mean, wouldn't it? Bit rude. Lemons really struggling with that damage, just losing time so much. And what looked to be such a promising race for Lemons is going down the gutter. It's at the moment, it's a real shame. Mint Elephant's been given a 3-second time penalty now. So 4 people with penalties now, and those guys struggling a little bit, except from Joe, who actually with that penalty still in P3, but not catching Jake or Hypes. Because he's dropping back every lap now. But Harvey going to make a move on Lewiski, and Lewiski's let it happen. He's not going to fight that. He knows Harvey's faster. Now Harvey going to fight Joe. He's going to try and catch up to Joe and make something happen here. He's going to try and get past who I would say is his main rival in the championship. But Lewiski with DRS going to try and make a move on him around the outside, and he's made it happen. Made it happen. He's back through on Harvey. Harvey's going to get that overtake once again. But Jake has got past Hypes as well. So Jake back in the lead after losing it last time round. Oscar has spun again as well. So back down into last place. After qualifying in P6, he was doing so well at the beginning. So good in quali. And it's really, really gone badly in the race for Oscar. Down 10 places. The only way you can do that is if you start in P7 or above, so you have to have done well in quali to go down that many places. Real shame for him. So another yellow flag! That's Dayjock. No, it's not. Who is it? Plays has spun. That's a shame for him. Not got any damage though, so that's very lucky. Pebbles has also just been given a penalty. Harvey trying to look for a way back past Lewiski, but not managing to find it at the moment. Going to try and make a move on him down this straight, I would think. Gets a snap of oversteer there. Lewiski won't get the best of exits. Doesn't have much ERS to play with either. So Harvey now going to dive down the inside. A wonderful move from him. And he's going to take that place for the time being. Will Lewiski do the same thing 2 laps in a row though? Will Lewiski just take the place back off him and down this straight and then put him back to where he started? Harvey's got to deploy all of his ERS here. He's got to deploy all of his defence tactics to keep the Alpine driver behind, but he can't manage to do so. And Oscar has retired in the pits. He cannot be bothered with this anymore after an awful beginning of the race. He's back past. Lewiski is back past Harvey. Harvey being scuppered at this point by Lewiski. He's really struggling, Harvey, to get past and stay past the Alpine driver. Oh, someone's got damage. Is that Harvey Allen? Nope. Is that TQ? Yes, it is TQ. He's lost a bit of his front wing there and he's pulling into pits. He's struggling. Hype's also in the pits. So it is time for the soft runners to pull into the pits if they want to. Oscar DNF'd at the side of the track. He is not in any trouble. A wonderful pit stop from the McLaren crew there. And gets Hype's back out nice and simply. And very nicely indeed. And TQ pulling into pits had to do a wing change, so much slower. Pigs do fly also in the pits, but he's so far back, it's kind of irrelevant at this point, unfortunately, for him. Harvey, though, still got to get past Lewiski, even though he's up into 4th now because of a pit stop. He's still got to get past Lewiski because Lewiski looking very fast at the moment. Got that race pace under control. He's now going to try and dive down the inside. Is it? No, he's not. He's sat behind. He's learned from his mistakes. And he's just going to sit there for the time being. Lemons has set fastest lap, so we know the kind of pace he has. But he's nowhere. He's just absolutely nowhere at the moment, Lemons. And he's going to have a momentous comeback drive if he wants to do anything. As now going around the outside is Harvey on Lewiski. Can he make it happen? Yes, he can. He's managed to make that happen. Wonderful move from Harvey round the outside into that S section. And now into 3rd place. Going to try and chase down Joe. They've lost a lot of ground on the Red Bull driver while they were fighting. Smithy, after a bad quali, also looking to make a comeback. Up into 6th place after 2 people pitting that were ahead of him. Whoa, that was a very hairy exit for him. And Lewiski and Harvey pull into the pits. Perfect timing from Harvey to come into the pits then. So Lewiski is struggling a little bit more. He'll be stuck behind him unless Harvey has a slow pit stop, which I don't think he will. Nope, good pit stop. Oh, Lewiski had to change his front wing as well. Will he be in front or behind TQ? It's going to be close for him. TQ sets fastest last sector. So obviously got some pace. Oh, he touches the wall on the exit. What's he doing? TQ is through on him though. So he's now behind another driver. That's not what you would have wanted at all. Lemons again, fastest lap. So running very well at the moment is Lemons. Smithy going to try and make an overtake on Harvey. Not his teammate Harvey, the Haas Harvey. And going to use that DRS advantage and some ERS to make his pass. And he's on that medium compound tyre. So, he is the highest of the medium compound runners now, Smithy. And we'll get to see what he can do. Well, he was the highest before, actually. So, Smithy, the highest of the medium compound runners after Lemons' spin and QWERTY's DNF. So, he's looking in a very good position, is Smithy. If he can keep this pace up on the mediums, we could see a very, very strong drive from him on that alternative strategy. Love to see that, though, from him. He's showing real pace after a bad Q2, wonderful Q1, bad Q2. Now he's smashing it at the moment, up to P3, and yeah, he's doing very well. Pebbles, the second highest driver who is on the mediums. Those guys can be running for a lot longer. Harvey stretching out his soft compound tyres now. We'll see whether he can make those last for the rest of the race. Not the rest of the race, but for a couple more laps, or whether he'll be pitting this lap. I'm expecting this lap, because he's starting to slow down quite a bit. Plays being given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, going off the track one too many times. And TQ sets fastest lap on that soft compound tyre, so showing some pace, TQ. Whoa! That oversteer there almost did what his teammate did, just in a slightly different location, but pretty much the same incident it would have been, but manages to keep it under control for now. But you can tell that he's struggling with the rear end of that car. Lots of people are, especially when they're on the curbs. Those curves are very dangerous, and lots of people just having a couple of problems with them. And yeah, you've got to watch out. These drivers, they really have to watch out and make sure that they don't do anything stupid. Oh, right then. Sorry, I just had to have a little bit of a drink. Now I've got very, very dry. Talking too much, you see? Talking too much. Harvey catching up to Dayjock then. Dayjock on the medium compound tyres. He's not pitted yet, so he shouldn't fight Harvey too hard. And Joe has pulled into the pits. Harvey hasn't. Weird. So Harvey and Jake stretching this soft compound tyre to infinity and beyond. Maybe they're trying the one-stop. Maybe they're going to try soft to hards. Maybe you can make that work. But it does look like the rest of the fields are going soft, medium, possibly softs again at the end. Because I don't know whether they'll be able to make it. Because lots of these guys pitted on lap 7. So the tyre's obviously not lasting too long. And Harvey has passed Dayjock now and through into P6. Lewinsky has been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, going off the track too many times for him. Let's have a look at the penalties people are on. Let's have a quick look at that. So 3 seconds for Pebbles, 3 seconds for Dayjock, 6 for Joe, 3 for TQ, 3 for Lewinsky, 3 for Pigs, 3 for Mint, and 6 for Plays. The best people who've made the most positions so far. This is because of strategy more than anything, but Smithy and Pebbles up 11 and 13 places respectively. Harvey up 3, not because of strategy, that is because of pure overtaking. Hypes is because once the 3 guys ahead of him pits, he will be ahead of them. And we'll be back to his Joe up 3 places since the start. That's also not, that's because he made some overtakes earlier on. And once again behind Harvey. So that strategy from Harvey has helped him out, got him ahead of Joe, and hopefully for Harvey's sake he can stay ahead. Harvey Allen now pulling into pits, so he will come out probably around Chavishall kind of area, if not lower down. He's looking for the one stop, that's the important thing. He'll be looking to make the one stop happen instead of 2. Hype's pitted, it's all good, he pitted. Don't you worry, he pitted, it's all fine. So tyres, people, I meant. Softs, mediums. All mediums except from Jake and TQ. TQ pitted onto the softs again, so he's going soft, medium, I'm guessing. And Hype's past Pebbles now, so up into 3rd place once again is Hype's. Jake just hasn't pitted yet, that's why he's on 11 lap old soft. He's probably going to pit this lap, I would suspect. Dayjock, Pebbles, and Smithy also have not pitted yet, so we'll see. Oh, Joe's passed Harvey. Joe has made the overtake on Harvey. Harvey must have got a very bad exit and is behind Joe. Going to try and cling on to him now. Joe's seeming like the faster driver in this race. Harvey's struggling a little bit. Oh, really struggling with the traction, isn't he? And really struggling to get the power down in this one. Just struggling a little bit too much at the moment. We'll have to wait and see whether he can keep the pace or whether he's just saving tyres possibly. Just saving tyres, making sure he doesn't push too hard now. Maybe trying to take them to the end and realising that other people are doing one-stops. So Jake obviously trying the one-stop. Bearing in mind he went 12 laps on these, so should be able to go the 15 laps he needs on the mediums. So he'll be doing a one-stop. Everyone else possibly doing a two-stop or bad one-stop. I would say it'd be the worst one-stop. And Smithy pulling in now. He was on the mediums, so looking to take the softs 15 laps. Interesting decision there from Smithy. You would think he'd wait at least another lap. But okay, his choice, I guess, his choice. And Hype's in the lead. Just wait for the likes of Jake later on, and we'll see the kind of pace they have. And same with Harvey Allen. We'll get to see later on, when everyone else's tyres are dead, how fast they can make their way through the field. So I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to be able to make up a very good amount of positions near the end with this strategy that they're doing. Pebbles doing the smart thing on the mediums and waiting to pit. Oh, and Lewiski actually tried to dive Jake into that corner. I wasn't expecting that at all from him, because they're both pitted. I was expecting Jake to just keep blasting past, but no. Lewiski trying to fight him, but not managing to get past for the time being. Smithy also about to catch up to this group, especially on that fresh soft compound tyre. He's got to make sure that it works out for him. He's got to make up positions. He's got to make up positions quickly, except for the fact he's going to get a 3-second time penalty. So not good at all for him. Jake, the only person in the top 8 now without a penalty. So very well done to Jake so far for making sure he doesn't get penalties. That could be the decider between whether he wins or loses, or it could be his, I think, amazing strategy. I would say he's done a masterful strategy here, and I would expect him to go on and win the race. He just needs to pick up the pace near the end, especially compared to the Hypes, who pitted 1 lap later than everyone else. Oh, Smithy spun! Smithy has spun. That's a shame for the Alfa Romeo driver, especially on a more risky strategy. His tyres now going to be absolutely dead and out at the points as well for him, so struggling quite a lot at the moment is Smithy. Lewiski trying to make a move on Jake again, not going to go for it into that corner. Don't know why he's trying to fight him, to be honest. Jake's going to be faster in like a lap or two. He's got to warm up the tyres. But Lewiski's still going for it. Still going to fight for the position and makes the overtake happen. He is now ahead of Jake, the Alpine driver, ahead of the Aston Martin driver. Alpine at the moment looking very good. If you just take the positions, obviously Pebbles has still got a pit, but take the positions, they're looking great. 5th and 2nd, wonderful. But yeah, the best in terms of after pit stops is McLaren, because they're 1st and 9th. Tajok's been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Got to watch out there. Got to watch out. So Lewiski on 6 seconds of penalties. TQ 3, Harvey on 3, Joe on 6. Sorry. Pebbles 3, Hypes 3. Joe trying to get past Pebbles now. Gun board with him as he tries to make that overtake happen. Going down the inside into turn 2 and 3. Now into 4. Where is Pebbles? He's right there trying to sneak a wing in, but not quite. So he's back further now. But still doing well at the moment is Pebbles. He's just got to drag out those tyres for as long as he can to make sure he does do that one stop. He will be the person that these guys will be able to look at and say, well, they're doing this strategy, he's doing this strategy and going on the mediums for just as long as we did, so we'll be fine. Or he might pit in 2 laps and they'll be sweating. So, yeah. It's going to be close as Jake makes an overtake on Jussel again. Jussel, whoa, that was just lag. It looked like Jussel just speared off to the side there and spun, but he didn't. It's all good for him as Smithy on the soft compound tyre up into 10th. Lewiski's been overtaken by TQ. Lewiski down a position. I think he did spin there, you know. He's dropping places so fast. Is he just lagging back? This is really weird. Hell's been overtaken by Harvey now as well. Harvey following Joe through the same lap. Yeah, so Lewiski down to 8th now. And oh, now 11th. His internet's letting him down. He just keeps lagging back further and further. That's a shame for Lewiski. His internet's not helping him at all. Last time I commentated on the league race here, the same thing happened to another guy who was leading the race and looking on course to win the championship. But he obviously not doing that because it's the first race of the season. But still, it was hard to see. Still hard to see now because it's not his fault at all. He's just dropping positions to his internet. It's a shame, but it's just how the cookie crumbles here, and you can't do anything about it. You just can't. He was in a good position, but with this lag, he's not looking as good. Not looking as good at all. Jake's still running in 5th. He's now got a gap between him and TQ, so he can just kind of relax a little bit. He's still going to make sure he keeps pushing on and making sure he catches up to the top 3, because Hype's looking pretty comfortable out there at the moment. Kind of relaxing his Hypes, but Jake with 5 lap fresher tyres, going to be looking for a good last couple laps fight. Okay, then Jake looking to try and make an impact now, catching pretty fast, but pigs do fly, looking to make an overtake on Smithy, looking to catch him once again. Smithy on the soft compound tyre and struggling a little bit. Is he actually that? He's not 6 tenths behind. This game's lying to me. Who just pitted? What? TQ, there we go. This penalties thing doesn't let you see who pitted. So TQ's coming to the pits again, which is interesting. So he's gone soft, medium TQ. He's thought, no, these softs aren't making it this far and mediums aren't making it to the end. So I'm going to do 2-stop strategy and going to be epic pace at the end for him. So we'll see how that works out for him. Oh, Smithy's made a mistake and is smacking the braking boards as he has no front wing. Smithy got no front wing at all. It's just a nose and that front crash structure left. So he's going to be a struggle. He's going to have a struggle. And we have a safety car. We do have a safety car now for Lewiski. Lewiski has crashed out. And we'll see where he did in just a second. So we'd have a full safety car. I would suspect that everyone comes into the pits now. And except from TQ, who just pitted. So that's awful timing for him. But I would suspect that everyone's going to pull into the pits. You might as well. Yeah, Hype's in the pits. Joe in the pits. Harvey in the pits. Pebbles. Oh, Pebbles. What a strategy. What a strategy from Pebbles. Genius. He just stayed out as long as he could, made sure he was on the mediums, and he got the safety car he needed. And he's staying in 5th place. That's amazing for Pebbles. After starting in 2nd last place. He's looking at a top 5 here. That's amazing. Okay, but so Jake stayed out. He's on the mediums. Hype's on the fresh softs, but with a penalty. That's the caveat here. But I would say those tyres are going to smoke Jake. They're absolutely going to smoke him. What is he thinking on those mediums? He should have just pitted again and accepted defeat and had to use his raw pace. Jake screwed himself here. He really has. Harvey Allen, with this safety car, people are going to have to spread out again. I don't think they're going to spread out fast enough. He's got no penalties. So, with that, he could not quite easily, but could manage to make himself much higher up, possibly top 5, something like that, with that soft compound tyre. Chavishall up into 7th, looking pretty strong. So pigs do fly, also looking pretty strong at the moment. Dayjock in P9 and TQ. I feel bad for TQ. He just pitted. Smithy on the mediums, staying on the mediums. Wants the track position over the tyres. Mint Elephant also staying on the medium compound tyre. Went on to fresh ones actually, I think. Yeah, those two went on to fresh tyres. Fresh mediums there, yeah. So everyone has pitted except from Jake. And even Plays has got a saviour here. He's got an absolute saviour. He's got to catch up to the safety car, but as long as he does, he's been saved. Right, guys, I want to see your predictions who's going to win now, because that's just throwing a spanner in the works. I want to see who you think is going to pull it through. Who is going to win this one? And let me see what they're talking about in... oh, he was... yeah. The whiskey is in pain. He's yeah. At the moment, Jake, you think Jake is going to win? Okay. Interesting take. So you think Jake's going to win, even though he's on 5-lap-old mediums, with Hypes right behind him, looking to pounce on fresh softs? Do you think Jake's defence is going to be insane? Yeah, but Hype's only got 3 seconds, so it's, I know it depends, but it's still... Surely Hypes can get 3 seconds on him, you would think. I mean, it just does depend how long Jake can keep him behind for. That's the thing. That's all that's going to make a difference now. It's how long he can keep him behind. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? We will have to wait and see. I would say Hypes or Harvey, in my opinion. They both got 3 seconds instead of 6. And Jake, you never know, could get a penalty himself. Let's have a look at Race Director. See how many warnings he's got. 1 singular warning, so he's got 1 to spare. Hypes currently sitting on 1 warning, as well as his penalty. And, oh, not looking good is Joe. He's got another warning as well as as those 2 penalties. Now looking at Harvey, 3 warnings on the first lap for different things. Then he got a penalty. Now he's got 1 more warning, so he's got 1 to spare into his 6th. And Pebbles hasn't got a single warning since his last penalty. Harvey, always 1 warning away from a penalty. He's got to watch out. Chavishul. He's only got a 5-second speeding in the pit lane, or possibly under safety car. So, yeah. Pixley Fly got so many penalties. Dayjock, so many penalties. TQ, loads of penalties. Smithy, loads of penalties. Okay, so, Jake's got 1 pen to spare, but Harvey Allen, not very good. Safety car in this lap. Off we go for the race, then. Off we go once again. Hypes just catching a little bit there. Only 2 tenths behind. Harvey Allen already being overtaken by Chavishul. But remember, he does not have any penalties, so we'll gain a couple positions at the end if it stays like this at the moment. Yeah, that is true. No, it's not in lap 21, actually. I thought it was going to be, in fairness. I thought it was going to be. Plays managed to catch up right at the end. Okay, then Hypes with the slipstream. He's going to use his... Why is that disabled suddenly? Enabled that? What? Anyway, Hypes with his pure slipstream and the ERS. Going to make an overtake now. Can he make it happen? Can he make it stick? Yes, he can for now. He's got ahead, but will it stick? Oh, Jake's missing the ball. He's out. Mac, I think you got it wrong. He's out. Trying to get a good exit, and we overtake Hypes. He's spun and is out of the race. The long-time leader, the man that Mac thought was going to win, is out of the race. That means that Harvey is onto the podium at the moment. Joe with a 9-second penalty in second. Hypes in the lead, though, with a 3 seconds. And Harvey Allen's just been given his first penalty. So only owning lemons without a penalty. And I'm looking at him to catch right the way back up. Yes, Fuzzy. What? He is out. He is out. And yeah, Mac, you just jinxed him so hard. You jinxed him so hard. TQ trying to make an overtake on Smith. He's looking like he's pretty close, but not quite close enough at the moment. McLaren looking great at the moment, though. Absolutely smashing it. Yeah, Jake is out. Jake, after leading for so long, out of the race. And that is ridiculous. That is so close. And, whoa. That's a close one. That really is a close one. Ridiculous. I don't understand, to be honest, what has happened there. So now I think Hypes is going to win. Hypes is going to take home the win because Harvey's been given another penalty. Let Joe is close, but Joe doesn't have the pace to get 6 seconds ahead of Hypes. Surely not. Pebbles up into 4th place now. Pebbles smashing it at the moment. Yeah, I was just thinking. I was just about to say that actually. Lemons in P9. I'm looking at him to fly up the field now. And remember, he set fastest laps earlier on in the race. He was looking very strong after he spun, obviously, but he was looking very strong on pace. So watch him. He's got no pens, so looking to claw his way back up the field. And at the moment, we'll be in P5 due to penalties. So he's looking at a big win here. Is Lemons a big win for himself? A good comeback drive for him. Plays also looking at a good comeback drive. After spinning and getting damaged lap 1 with Mint Elephant. Both of them running in P10 11. Only one can get the last point though, so it's going to be close between these two. Let Joe obviously through on Hypes, but Hypes looking for a way through. Harvey Allen's out. He's retired in the pit lane, and that will be why. They jock so far back now after spinning, I think. Pain for him. Pigs do fly, looking to make an overtake on Chavishul. He's got the DRS open now. He's not using the DRS actually. Chavishul will be using the DRS though. Pigs do fly and Chavishul switch places. Chavishul about into P6 now. The Red Bull driver up into P5 after struggling earlier on. Hope's going to try and make an overtake now on Let Joe. Can he make it happen? No, he can't. Not at the moment. No, sorry, he can. Yes, he can at the moment. Let Joe can't defend. Let Joe having to concede the position in the end. Harvey going to try and make his way back through. And in other news, Dayjock, something happened to someone. No, it actually didn't. It was a glitch. So it said that Mint Elephant had... oh no, it's just that when you retire in the pits, it drives you on for longer. So Harvey Allen, it looked like he was spun at the side. He wasn't. So it plays up into P10 now. At the moment, has the final point. So we'll wait and see whether he keeps the final point. As now he's up into P9. Only Lemons spun and is now in the pits. That's a shame for Lemons, and he's had to pull into pits and fix the front wing, I believe. Mac, don't say anything from now on. Do not say anything. You are jinxing it so hard. Stop saying stuff. Stop saying stuff. TQ down into 8th place. Smithy is maybe able to take into P7. Mac, yeah, please stop saying stuff. You're jinxing everyone. You are jinxing everyone. Well, in fairness, if you want a certain person to win, jinx the person who is going to win, and then you can hopefully win. Then they'll win. I don't know. Like an anti-jinx. So only Lemons down into 11th place, and both the guys who got damage on lap 1 probably be able to get points now. That's ridiculous. Good comeback drives from those guys. Same with Joe and Harvey, qualified P9 and 10. Harvey P9 and Joe P10 in quali after they were both looking so strong. Just both made mistakes, and that put them down there. And now looking for a way back. Looking for a way back into this. Looking for a way to take the win, possibly. I don't think Joe can do it, but Harvey can. If Harvey can make an overtake on Joe, he can then have a pop at Hypes. Have a quick little look at Hypes' pens now. Let me see whether he's got any more warnings. No. Oh, he's got one more warning as Hypes. He's on the edge. Harvey did get another warning, which gave him his other penalty, and then got a warning since. But Harvey's still got one warning to spare. Hypes on the edge of another penalty. He's got to watch himself now. Harvey, use the ERS. There we go. Joe also using his, so it's a catch-22 for these guys. But Harvey using much more of his. Can he make the overtake? No, he can't. It's just that DRS stopping. Not being able to make the overtake. Cancelling out that battle as Smithy makes the overtake on TQ after TQ had just got past him. Now Smithy right under pressure now, but he's trying to make a move on Chavishul as well. He's going to go around the outside of Chavishul into the chicane. That's a last-minute dive around the outside. He's going to try and make it happen. Gets a bad exit because of it. Now going to try and hold on somehow of the position from TQ. Going to go around the outside of Chavishul now. He's managed to make it happen. He's almost managed to make it happen. Chavishul's still there. Chavishul's still trying to hold on, but he can't. Smithy is through. What an opportunistic move from Smithy round the outside into the chicane. What a move. Then who will take the win? Will it be Hypes? Will it be Joe? Will it be Harvey? Could be any of these three. They're separated by less than a second, all three of them. It's absolutely ridiculous how close they are. But Harvey can't make a move on Joe until Joe gets out of the DRS of Hypes. That is the problem that he's in at the moment. It's a massive catch-22. Hypes one warning off of another penalty, which will allow Harvey a chance at the win, a big chance at the win. As Chavishul made the overtake. No, Smithy way past Chavishul now on a rampage. As Smithy now trying to catch back up to Pigs Do Fly and get himself a top 5 finish and make it very good for the team. So after saying earlier that the teams weren't exactly very strong together, Joe's making an overtake on Hypes. Hypes trying to hold around the outside, now the inside. He can't quite hold on to it, and now so close together. They separated by literally 2 tenths now. All three of them 2 tenths away from each other. We're going to see 3 wide into the triple chicane. What's going to happen here? Who is going to be able to take the position? Is it Harvey? Harvey all the way up into... Oh, they all hit each other. They're all round. Harvey being spun right the way round. Devastation for him after getting another penalty as well. Pain for Harvey. Dropping down to P4. And Pebbles up into the podium. Pebbles on the podium. What a drive from him it's been so far. Absolutely tremendous from the Alpine driver. Absolutely smashing it. But now it will be Hypes. It will be Hypes who takes the win. Mac, you jinxed it again. You said Harvey on the podium. You've jinxed it again, mate. And Hypes goes down the inside of Joe. Makes the overtake. And he's now got another penalty. He's now got another penalty. Mac, I said stop saying stuff, and you said it, and now he's not on the podium. I blame you. Blame yourself for this. Blame yourself. Pigs Do Fly looking for an overtake on Harvey now, but I don't think it's going to happen because there's not too much point in it. But Harvey got to get a move on, otherwise his teammate will beat him. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be beaten by his teammate. He's struggling to get the traction out the corners at the moment. It's Harvey. He's got to try something. Got to try and pull away from Smithy. Get himself out of the way. Get himself to stop being too close and then be within the penalty margin of his teammate. He's got to try and stop that. Joe still trying to make an overtake on Hypes. It's a lost cause for him, it seems, though, at the moment, with only 2 laps to go at the end of this one. With only 1 sector to go. Okay then, Smithy. Going to try and make a move. He's going to try and fight through. For his teammate's sake, he wants to drop back a little bit, in fairness. But for his sake, he wants to go forwards. Because Harvey's more likely to be in the championship fight at the end. And is that Pigs who went into pits? No. I thought he went into pits for a second there. He's just messed up, which is allowing Smith much, much closer. And also giving Harvey a chance to pull away. Come on, Harvey, you can do it, I believe. Do a good comeback here. He gets all squirrely. He spun! Harvey spun! I'm so sorry, Harvey. I jinxed you that time. And he's round. He's out the points. He's going to be out the points now. No, he's not. Mint Elephant's so far behind. I don't know what you've done, Mac. I don't know what you've done. You've jinxed him to infinity. There's no going back now. And Pebbles, actually, Pebbles can get second place now. Pebbles can get second place. Harvey going to be in P10 in a second when Mint overtakes him. Oh, it's devastation for the AlphaTauri team. They were looking so strong. Oh, and it's all gone to poo for Harvey especially. Smithy up to 4th place, but because of his pens, gonna drop down to 6th. No, he's not. Gonna stay in 4th. Lucky for him. But Smithy's got 4th, but oh, it's painful. It's painful for the fans of Harvey and Harvey especially. It's painful. Jubilation for Pebbles fans, I guess. He's I just want a moment to mention this. He started dead last. Dead last. Dead last. He started up to P3, possibly even P2 in a second. It's the final lap of the race. He's got two more opportunities to do it. So we could see him move up here. Move up one more place up to P2. But it is Hypes. It will be Hypes who takes home the win now at this point. And what a race it's been for him. What a race. So with the teammates, I said earlier that the teammates weren't performing too well. But now you did have Harvey up there with Smithy. Pigs Do Fly up there with Joe. Chavashul pretty much up there with Hypes. So you've got the teammates there with them now, which is odd. They suddenly just jumps up there. Right then, Pebbles going to try and make an overtake. This is pretty much his last opportunity. Going to dive down the inside on Joe. Last time someone tried to overtake Joe through here. It didn't end up well for them. And Pebbles can't make the overtake. Joe defends for his life. These two fighting for P2. Both going to get a podium as long as they don't spin. It's so close between these two. Splitting hairs between how close they are. It's ridiculous. I don't think Pebbles, though, he's not going to be able to make the overtake before the end. You can't really overtake on these corners unless Joe makes a slight mistake, which I don't think he's going to do. He's going to take it nice and easy in these last couple of corners as he's still fighting for that P2. And he keeps the P2. Joe will come home in P2. It's Hypes with the win. Joe P2. Pebbles. Smithy P2. Because of penalties, Smithy takes P2. Joe P8, no, Joe P3, don't ignore that, Joe P3, that's a glitch. Joe finishes P3, Pebbles P4, TQ P5, Chavashul P6, it's Pigs Do Fly in P7, Plays in P8, Lemons in P9, Harvey P10, Joe P3. Smithy! He's got himself a second place there. What? How? Pebbles driver of the day, obviously. He's gone from last to 4th. Almost a podium for him. So close. I'm not going to count the glitch. It's unfair to do so. So, right, if you guys have any questions for the top 3 finishers, put them in chat now and I'll invite them. I'm just inviting them to the party. I'll ask them those questions for you. Scroll down for this one. Check. Right, sent the invites. We'll wait a second for them to join. Hello, Hypes. Could you please allow your voice for the broadcast, mate?
Hello. Yes, I have.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Just waiting a second for the other two to join.
Yeah, no worries.
Doesn't seem like they're joining for some reason. Invited Smithy again. Invite Joe again. If not, we'll just do a one with the winner. There you go, that's Smithy. Yeah, I don't think Joe's going to join. He's too angry. So, Smithy, I don't know what to say to you. Could you allow your voice to the broadcast, actually, quickly?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so, your quali was disappointing. That Q2 exit wasn't what you wanted at all, was it?
Nah, it was. It's one of those really. I didn't have any control over it. I was going down the straight. My controller desynced. It just sent me into a wall. So
I thought you would purposefully
Nah.
pushing yourself out.
No, I could have definitely got out on mediums, which is disappointing. But with how the race went, I'm not going to moan about it too much.
Yeah, you climbed up the field. You ended up finishing at P2 because of penalties. A wonderful race from you. I have to say, it was just textbook watching you drive. Unfortunately, your teammate though, it wasn't the same story for him, finishing P10 in the end. So,
yeah, it was disappointing because I was P6 and I saw it was a 3-way fight for first. So at that point, honestly, while I wanted him to win, I was like, just don't spin because it's really good points for the team. And then I saw him spin and I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. But
they went 3 wide into the triple chicane and he got hit and spun.
Yeah, I actually spun twice. I don't know if you saw it on the stream. But I pitted for medium. When I pitted for softs, I spun twice. The first one I didn't get damage. I lost about 8 seconds, and then the second one I lost my entirety of the front wing. But luckily for me, that was the same lap that the safety car came out.
Oh yeah, I did see you lose the entirety of your front wing. I did see that.
Yeah, so I came in for mediums. I was going to go for softs, but the 4 laps that I'd done on softs were just awful. I hated them, so I decided to go on mediums and just try and smash out lap times and. Somehow got P2, so I'm really happy with that.
I have to say, it was a great race from you, and you spinning twice goes to show what could have happened if you qualified further up. I don't. You could have won the race.
Maybe under the circumstances, but I think people like Hypes, of course, in the race, and I know Joe got unlucky with penalties. I'd like to think that I maybe would have been challenging those guys at the top, but it's who knows. But at the moment, I'm P2, so I'll be happy with that, especially with how I finished.
It's great. It's wonderful points. Right then, so Hypes. It was a weird race for you. You're fighting Jake for almost the whole time. What were your thoughts when you were overtaking that last time? And then obviously he spun. What were your thoughts then?
Well, I just want to say well done to everyone. Very good first race of the season. But in regards to Jake, me and him having a great battle at the start of the race. He was really showing his pace. But unfortunately for him, he spun later on in the race, which led to his retirement, I believe. Didn't he? Did he retire?
Yeah, it did. You just overtaken him. He was trying to get a good exit. Got on the throttle too early, spun straight into the lead.
Oh, no. Oh. Well, he had a great race other than his incident. He was keeping up well with the pack. But I just want to say to THX Harvey and Let Joe, sorry if I feel like it's a racing incident, but we went 3 wide out of the second straight of DRS. I was going for an overtake on Joe, and all of a sudden Harvey was on my side, so I think we all just sort of collided. So I want to apologise to Harvey especially.
Harvey said in the chat, no hard feelings, it's a racing incident, he won't be reporting it, so...
Yeah. I just wanted to apologise for ruining this race a little bit, but...
It's how it goes sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah. But I just want to say, like I said, congrats to everyone, and I wish the best for the season ahead.
Yeah, how does it feel to win the first race of the season? Must be a massive confidence boost.
Yeah, I'm chuffed.
Recently as well.
Yeah, after Q2, I wasn't really expecting much. I haven't really felt comfortable with this game so far, so being able to keep up that race pace, I think helped me a bit there. I definitely think I'm stronger in race pace and quali pace at the moment. But no, I'm looking forward to things to come.
Yeah, so am I. Especially the fact that I'm going to be streaming here from now on, the Tier 1, so should be interesting to watch, and I'll get to see you guys progress as the season goes on, get to see some wonderful more battles. So
yeah, there'll be more of that.
Well done to you two finishing on the podium today. It was wonderful to watch you guys, and really well done. A shout out I want to give to is Pebbles. What a drive it was for him. Unfortunately, it's not going to count because reserve, but he came from last to 4th in the end. what a drive! What a drive from Pebbles. It's not going to count, but it's amazing. It's a wonderful drive from him. So yeah, it was insane from him, and yeah. So well done to you two and to Joe. He finished on the podium in my eyes. The game glitched and sent him down to 10th, but for me, he finished on the podium, and I think that's how the guys in the league should be thinking about it. So
yeah, the game said he got a 20-second time penalty for ignoring some flags or something, which made no sense. Yeah,
he'll get it taken off.
Yeah.
He finished P3.
Yeah. Yeah, good job from him.
So well done to you two, finishing on the podium in different circumstances. One came from second to finish first, the other came from 14th, I believe, to finish second. It's a big difference in time, in ways you got there, but you got there nonetheless. So well done, guys, and I hope to see you the same kind of battles, maybe even some more in the next race. So I'll see all of you then this time next week.